All right, CSM Radio, we're back. We got Vargas up in the studio today.
Yeah.
And man, I want to thank you for coming out.
Oh man, I appreciate it. Really appreciate it.
And we left off talking about being the MC and the producer. How does that work for you as being that producer and the MC on the same project? Like, what type of work ethic do you have to in order to pull that off?
You definitely gotta be disciplined, and sometimes it creates conflict.
Okay.
Because you can do some music, produce some production, and it just may be somebody else that could pull that record off a lot better than you can. But I think you gotta be definitely confident within yourself. You know what I mean? It's a heart thing to know within your heart, like, okay, it's the right thing to do for me to do this record, my record, it's the right thing for me to do. And you gotta know that within your heart. But you gotta be very disciplined and, motivated. I think it's a lot easier to go on the computer and find producers and people who do beats, lease some beats or whatever, and listen to some beats and write to it. It's a lot easier to do that,
So what are some of the tools you use production-wise?
Well, I love Pro Tools.
All right.
That's, my favorite. MPC.
Which version of MPC?
Well, when I first started working on, Metropolis Vernacular, I started with the MPC 2000 XL.
All right.
That's my baby. And then I got upgraded to the MPC Renaissance. I was complaining one day to my wife. I was like, it take me too long just tracking.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if I did I do a lot of my drum programming on the MPC. So if I did maybe about 16 tracks worth of production, just drum programming, no music, just percussion stuff. And if I gotta track it, well, my MPC is only 2 hours. So if I say the record gonna be 5 minutes, that's 16 times 5.
Okay.
5 minutes. 16 times 5 minutes. So I gotta track each specific instrument, kick, snare.
Okay.
But I would layer my snares, layer my kicks. So I may have 3 kicks, 4 snares, 2 claps. You know what I'm saying? So while I'm tracking, 5 minutes for each one.
Wow.
So just for one song that I may be like, when I finish, I may not even like the song. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was too much. So I got upgraded to the MPC Renaissance. So I used that. I used the Triton. I love the sounds. Got some crazy sounds. And then Pro Tools got some great VSTs that I use too. So, some MIDI keyboards and stuff like that.
So with the MPC, I use the XL as well.
Baby right there.
What other than the tracking, any other features that the Renaissance has that you like?
I love it that the fact that it's all in the computer. You know what I mean? I can it's a guy in B-More. He a great producer. He goes by the name of Chariz, and he just gave me some a sound kit. And then even with drum swap, the drum swap kits. You know what I mean? The stuff already in the computer. I could just put the flash drive in there, boom, and pull the sounds up there, and I don't lose that quality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because with the hardware, from hardware to software, it's different. Because you can, you can still lose the quality. That's good, but it's so much more to the academy, man. It's a lot of advocacy. Coming up this week, we had Grammys in my district where we go and we sit and talk with our district, people who are running our district. We meet with Elijah Cummings people on this week to talk about the laws that affect musicians and artists, you know what I'm saying? And then once a year we had Grammys on the Hill where we go to, meet with the House of Representatives and Senate, basically Congress, to let them know about the issues that we're dealing with and trying to make sure we get these laws passed that can help us as artists, you know what I'm saying? So, it's about advocacy, it's about growing, professional development, you know, and then staying within that network, you can find so many other producers and so many other singers, agents, managers, all the type of things that you need, you know what I mean, to help grow your career is in that network, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot more than just winning the award, you know. It's a well-rounded, established organization, and you know, I'm glad to be a part of it.
That's what's up. So for the album, what label is it on?
I have an indie label, Major Influence.
Okay.
And so, yeah, the album is on Major Influence, and we just kicked off the campaign last week. It's a billboard on Charles Street.
Yeah, I saw the picture for that, man.
Yeah, so that kicked off the campaign. So we got a lot of surprises throughout the campaign, and you know, you may, you know, look up one day like, oh man, that's Small Vargas. Like, wow, you know. So yeah, we got some surprises.
So is Major Influence the name of the label? So all right, so let's talk about the label aspect then. You're an artist on your label, right? And as looking from the label's perspective now, your job as a label is to promote the artist and put the artist out. Okay, yes, the artist happens to be you, but how does that work? And I'm gonna get to also. Do you have any other artists on the label?
No, but I'm looking.
Oh, so you're looking. So if somebody is interested in getting picked up, where would they send information to?
They could send information to info@major-influence.com. info@major-influence.com.
Okay. So you got the album dropping. What are some of the responsibilities you have now from the label perspective to push the album? So as the artist, you made the album, you cut the record, it's ready to go. Now you pass the ball over to the label side. As a label, what's some of your responsibilities?
To make it work.
All right.
To make sure everything works, to make sure, you know, publishing is in place, you know what I'm saying? Make sure stuff is copywritten, to make sure, you know, the business stuff is done. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, you're publishing, making sure you're getting some licensing type of things going on and all these things, because at the end of the day, there would be no label if the stuff don't work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then there would be no, basically, if you're an indie artist and you handling a lot on your own, you know what I mean, and you're a brand and you just do a lot of it yourself and you're doing your business stuff as well, then basically you are a label because you're doing some of the things that a label do. But you know, it's a lot of other things that go into place, you know what I mean? Branding, making sure the brand looks good, making sure the partnerships are in place, making sure the campaign is running smooth. It's a lot, you know what I mean? So these are things that a label would do for an artist. So basically, you know, me having my own independent label and, you know, a small team that works along with me, we're able to make sure, you know, and work towards making sure these things run smoothly and effectively. Do we have bumps in the road? Absolutely. You know, are we like, oh man, we feel like we playing catch up? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, that's all a part of, you know, the process.
But I wanted to talk about imaging, because when I see Vargas got this image where it's like, I don't know what he put out, but I got to get it. Right?
Glad you said that.
So how important is it for an artist to have an image and to stick with that image? I mean, like, can you just come out however you want to, or, you know, because the image is also part of branding, right?
Yeah.
You know, so how important is that branding? What does branding do for an artist?
Branding sets you apart. You know, branding sets you apart and makes other people know you for a specific thing. You know, like you said, when I see Vargas, like, you know, whatever he get out, I gotta get it, you know. And sometimes some people may feel that way, you know. Some people may feel like, oh man, you know, when I see his, you know, his campaign stuff that he put out or whatever, it looks good. He makes sure his stuff looks professional and things like that. You know, that's all a part of the branding. You know what I'm saying? I was joking the other day because I have a brand manager, and some things I want to do, she like, no, and I'm like, what? You get, no, look, I want to do it, you know what I'm saying? And so sometimes we may go back and forth and like that, but I understand from her aspect the way she wants things to look and be perceived, you know what I'm saying? And because sometimes when you put things out, you can't retract it, you know what I'm saying? Especially in this age of internet, you know what I mean? Like, I found some stuff that I put out before and I'm like, dang, I can't get it back, you know what I mean? It just, I find it saying like, man, how can I get it back? But that's just a part of being able to grow and say, you know what, I'm not gonna always do everything I want to do. You still have somebody that you can run some things past and say, do you think it's wise? Or now if it's a heart issue, like I said, if you like, well, it's in my heart to do it, so we gonna do it, then we gotta roll with it. But if it's not that deep, sometimes you gotta be like, okay, let's bring that back. So I was joking about that the other day, but yeah, the branding sets you apart, you know what I mean? Make you look like you're not like everybody else, because you don't want to look like everybody else. You don't want to sound like everybody else, so why look like everybody else?
So I know now what I was going to ask. The other question is, we talk about streaming a lot, and now that's the thing. And I think artists are getting like 0.001 cent.
It's ridiculous, man.
What's your thoughts on that?
I hate it. I hate it. Like, another conversation I was having the other day is like, every industry other than probably the entertainment industry is more of buy low, sell high. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? In our industry, the music industry, is buy high, sell low. And what I mean is, if we gotta make a album and we spend all this money to make an album, our prices are generally, you have some that's $5.99, some that's $9.99, maybe a deluxe that's $12.99. Mm-hmm. But we paid all this money to make that product, you know what I mean? And then you got the tennis shoe industry where you pay $2 for something, and after paying $2 for something, somebody pays $75, $100, $150 for it, for something that was only $2.50. So, I think that it's definitely like, it's kind of jacked up because, as we put a lot of, follow me on my social media networks or even my website, you'll definitely stay updated, and you'll find out when I'm performing or doing something great. And also subscribe to my website, that way we can really stay updated. And I'm gonna have a lot of great things popping up, and I want you to be included and involved, and you may be somebody I hit up and say, hey, you're invited to a lunch or a dinner, and and we get to hang out, sit down, and chop it up, or maybe a studio session or something like that. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's something that like people don't do, man. They don't get a chance to like really get a chance to meet the artists.
Man, I want this to be this in this campaign that we're doing. I'm really like trying to be as authentic and organic and intimate as possible. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got our next show coming up, but before we go, I want to leave you guys with the new Concrete joint from Vargas. Von, anything in particular about this song that just inspired you to write it?
Yeah, man, this song was just inspired. Actually, I really wrote this song like 2 years ago, and we did the song, and basically I just reproduced it, upgraded the production, and it features a young lady by the name of Farron and another guy by the name of Michael Jr. But this song was inspired by just trying to make sure you overcome all the obstacles that try to come your way when you're pursuing greatness or pursuing any type of purpose or anything that you have. And I see a lot of people who have dreams and they let their dreams die, basically. You know what I mean? Just life just come at them all types of ways, so those dreams leave. So this song is that encouragement for that. You know what I mean? Rose out of the concrete.